This British woman woke up one day and discovered that she had Italian accent. It shocked you, Abby? It shocked me too. Her name is Althia Bryden, a 58-year-old grandma who lives somewhere in North London with her husband. So one day, Althia's husband stepped out of the room, and when he came back, he noticed Althia wasn't moving. Like, she was just lying down on the bed, motionless. And this was surprising to him. He called her name twice and she didn't respond, and this is when he knew something was up. So he called the emergency unit and they came and rushed her to the hospital. On getting to the hospital, they discovered that Althia had just had a stroke. A stroke. A blood vessel had ruptured in Althia's brain and she was bleeding, so they had to attend to her immediately. So after she was undergoing medications and they were treating her for the ruptured blood vessel in her brain, which is the stroke that she just had, they found what they called a carotid web as the cause of her stroke, and they needed to remove the carotid web immediately. The carotid web is simply a fibrous growth in the carotid artery somewhere in the body. If you check online, you see a lot of medical pockets concerning carotid web, but this is just like the simple definition of it. It's like a growth that she had somewhere in her artery and she needed to get rid of that growth. So apparently the doctors did the surgery for her and it was a successful surgery. They removed the carotid web from her and she was undergoing treatment. By the way, all through the time when she had the stroke up until this time after the surgery, she had not been able to speak. So she was in the process of recovery, and during this process of recovering from the stroke, she was always getting attended to by the nurses, the daily check-ins that they usually do. So one day, a nurse came to check Althia's blood pressure and woke Althia to check her blood pressure, and Althia spoke. But the way Althia spoke was very different from how Althia was speaking. So Althia herself was shocked if she was the one that made this particular statement, and the nurse was shocked that Althia was speaking. So after a while, the nurse asked Althia, that you are speaking, that's very good, but we noticed that you have a distinct accent. Are you from Italy, or have you been to Italy by any means, or how do you get this accent? And Althia was surprised because she didn't even believe that she was the one that was speaking like that. First of all, she could not speak, and now that she was speaking in a very different accent, and apparently it sounded very Italian. Like Althia's speech looked like something from a Mario movie. You understand how Italians speak. And even Althia herself said that she noticed herself even using some hand gestures that she was not using, and even using some slangs and words that Italians use that she was not using. Things like Mamma Mia and Si. Things that she didn't used to do before. She noticed that she was doing it. And this was very surprising to her. And her husband came in, and when her husband said hi to her, she said hi back to the husband. The husband was shocked because this was not how his wife used to speak. Like, the whole story looks like it might be fake, but looking at the whole medical background, there's a medical term for it, and experts have said that she has what they call a foreign accent syndrome. And what causes the foreign accent syndrome? Apparently, this is a very rare case, and it's usually caused by stroke. So what happens is that if the part of the blood vessel that is being ruptured and is being damaged by the stroke is a part that is connected to your speech and the part that controls how you communicate and how you talk, it might affect how you speak. If at all you start speaking, it might affect how you speak, and it start affecting the way you pronounce things and how you enunciate things. And that was the case of Althia. So she noticed that the way she pronounced certain things have changed, like they were different from how she used to pronounce them before, and she really sounded very, very Italian. And if you hear her speak, you really know that she's not faking it, that this is how she's speaking. You think that this is someone that is an Italian person or someone that has grown up in Italy for a long time, but apparently she has never been to Italy before. So just look at Althia speaking.
I live my life is like contradiction. I'm happy to speak. When I couldn't speak before, I was very sad, very distressed as well. Very stressful for this to be happening to me.
Now look at how she used to speak before.
Good evening, good night, good morning, whatever time of day it is. Hope everybody's okay. Pauline, ooh, this is my girl, man. I'm the young one, just saying.
I'm sure you're surprised, right? But tell me what you think about this.